Hello, garden lovers, and welcome to Marvin Gardens September 2023. And this is, in fact, the last full day of summer because autumn arrives tomorrow morning, I think at around 2:40 a.m. Uh, Sometimes we like to shoot the garden video right as fall arrives. I don't think so this time. It's feeling kind of like a fall day more than a summer day, which is why I have this overshirt on my regular shirt. But it's nice out, and it's a little breezy and it's a little cloudy because tropical storm or named tropical depression Ophelia is barreling up the East Coast, and we're supposed to get hit by all the rain and stuff tonight, overnight, and tomorrow. So that's why we're shooting the garden video right now. Now, the usual suspects are here, so let me turn this around and point us in the direction that we're going, and show you that Cassie is here. She's not moving around a whole lot right now, but I think she can tell by what's under her feet that she's in the fire pit, and she feels comfortable there. So we'll start where we normally start, with Asian leeks and garlic chives. You know, and I've never tasted to see if they taste more like leeks or onions, or if they taste more like garlic. But they are here and doing well. You can see the seed pods from the pond irises are pretty much exploding, as they do in late summer and fall. And of course, good old Coco is watching out for everything. I don't think there's anything new to show you in here. Those are the onions that I should bag. I should have bagged by now, but I didn't. So they should be okay. There's Frankie. Hi, Frankie. Good boy. What you doing? He doesn't really know what he's doing, but he's having a good time. All right, so I'm there he is. Hello, boy. You gonna come with us? All right, good. The hanging planters, there's only one that's really having marigolds blooming. The rest of them have not been getting enough water. Now, here's a big surprise. I still haven't harvested the daikon radishes, which is what's underneath that mess. Excuse me, I got a reminder going off there. All right, so where were we? Okay, yes. Radishes have not been harvested. I still have a boatload of them inside. I have made some radishes au gratin, which is delicious, and but there's no rush in harvesting the rest. Then you can see there's 4 red cabbages that have been left here too long, and are actually chewed up a bit, but once we peel off the outer leaves, they'll be fine. And green cabbages as well. Actually, they look a little bit better, and I haven't harvested them because I haven't used up the ones that I have harvested already. The rest of the brassicas, well, let's just say they're done for the season. Chewed up, and unfortunately we did in our Brussels sprouts, so those aren't going anywhere. And then, as you recall, the cutting celery, that we never did figure out what to do with. Now, Frankie is sniffing around in the herb garden here, and there's more garlic chives there. There's some basil. I wonder what that is growing back behind there. I don't think that's... and a pretty good size ground cherry plant, which came up on its own. Frankie is probably helping him. Yes, he is. He's helping himself to some ground cherries because he does like them, and he knows how to find them and pull them out himself. The rest of the herb garden is just in dire need of weeding, which, except for what Vanina does, gets kind of lost by the time we get to the end of summer. I just get tired of weeding. The pet memorial area, our black-eyed Susans or whatever, are not blooming. These are wildflowers that are blooming around here that look pretty nice. In fact, they're blooming all over the place, come to think of it, or come to show it. And other than that, oh yeah, another bad news story, I'm afraid, is the melons. As I feared, the vines died before the melons had a chance to mature, ripen. But I think I have a picture of the biggest one we got, which will probably be edible, but we haven't really tried them yet, so we'll see. Frankie, why don't you help yourself to some cutting celery, so at least somebody enjoys it. Compost heap just looks composty and heapy. Then there is the total lack of anything happening in the grow house here, although I do have a very nice crop of weeds. Yes. Oh well. Okay, so got a basil plant that's still it's looked better, but it's doing okay. And our calendulas are still just coming in great. We've snipped them off and had a few arrangements to enjoy inside. This, believe it or not, are scallions. I've used some of them, but we don't use them very often, and so here they still sit. But they're good when we get them. This is another volunteer ground cherry plant coming up, and this bed, I've got a nice green manure crop of weeds, which is not a very good green manure crop, but there they are for whatever reason. And back to our sunflowers. Here's the one, a volunteer sunflower. The ones that I planted, the strawberry blondes, are done for. But here's one big one that's still got lots of seeds in it that I'm sure the birds are enjoying. And the only ones that are still blooming are these little tiny multi-bloom guys, and they're doing pretty good. Now, this stand of straw flowers, golly, it looks like some of them are 5 feet tall. Not very many blooms. Let's see if I can get a bud in there in focus. Hold on. There we go. That's a bud in focus. And Vanina has been regularly harvesting those and has been using them in a variety of crafting projects, and they look great. Here's my row of transplanted volunteer ground cherries, and Vanina recently weeded around them, so they look pretty good. I'm sure Frankie will discover and consume them as he as he discovers them. Okay. And this is all that's left of the summer squash. But all that's left is actually stuff that's, if not harvestable, going to be harvestable. That one's, I'm not getting it very good because there's a leaf in front of it. But they're very slowing down greatly, and all that's left is the yellow crookneck squashes. But they're still going, so I can't argue with that in late September. There's a calendula there. Was a volunteer that I transplanted. A few of them are still going. There's no, I'm aiming the camera wrong as usual. There's the sad side of corn, long since gone. But look at this. This is very interesting. That right there is a corn plant that somehow decided to come up. Ain't going to be nothing to speak of, but it's interesting. Peppers have been going strong all season long. Frankie's kind of excited about coming around the garden and shooting the garden video. Vanina has regularly come in here and done some harvesting. Let me see if I can get close on some of these. Whoops, wrong way, Marvin. So I think that might be in focus. We've got a few varieties going. These right here, again, I can't see if it's focusing or not. Those are lunchbox, and they turn a few different colors. The rest of them are green to red, but there's no red ones out there right now. And our tomatoes are pretty much done for, but as you can see, there are ones still coming in, and the vines aren't completely dead. And we got, oh, well, there's a coffee mug. I think that probably belongs to Vanina. But, excuse me, sorry, we've had an excellent tomato year. Many gallons of tomato sauce. I just breathed something down the wrong pipe. Okay. And then there's the marsh, which is still going strong. I did count 30, or just about 30, maybe 29, and not 30, but cattails, and just the marsh is going happily as I expected. We're not going to go out to the asparagus patch there. They're at the end of their life cycle, so pretty soon I'll be going out there and cutting them down. And I'm probably going to leave all those posts up because that's pretty good for tying them up and keeping them upright. And I won't be tilling in there or anything because they're perennials. But so I'll just keep those things around and tie them back up when they come up next year. Again, my apologies for my windpipe issues. All right, so here we are in the fire pit area, which has been really very underutilized this year, but still is. Most of the stuff is way past its prime, including a basil plant right there. That glass of wine is doing okay, however. And let's go on. Cassie is sort of making her way around a little slowly today, perhaps, but I think she knows where she is, and she's having a good time being outside for a change. And that brings us to the also neglected water features that are still looking okay. We never got any blooms out of any of our water hyacinths, so that's a little too bad. But I tell you what did bloom, and bloom quite well, are these impatiens. And nestled in the impatiens, as you might recall, are these peppermint mint plants, and they seem to peacefully coexist. We'll go out quickly to take a look at the pond, but there's not much else going on back here. Sorry, I'm trying to get this thing closed. Boy, I tell you, I'm not doing such a great job on this time. Anyway, there's Mr. Koi. He's seems to be happy. There's, I don't know what that is right there, some kind of piece of plastic or something, but the pond is looking good. Everything is still pretty green. We've got mums that were given to us by Benina's kids that we have placed around the pond, and they are just coming into full bloom. We have another. I'm going to fall in here if I'm not careful. Right down there, somewhere. I don't know if I've got it in focus or not, but there's a lily bloom that I keep thinking is going to. Yes, that's right, a water lily bloom that I keep thinking is going to do something, but so far it doesn't. So I don't know if we're going to get something out of that one more bloom or not. But other than that, the pond's looking pretty good. Oh, the ornamental grasses are, that's their blooms. Benina will be happy if she hasn't seen that already, because they look really nice when they come up. This tropical plant that I had in the pond just got too big. All it ever did was fall over, so I put it over here in the other water plant holding area. And then Benina planted this stuff around the property, and they look good. I'm not sure what they are. We got more impatiens working over here, and some vincas around the outside of the wishing well. The pool is pretty much closed for the season. I just need some time, a few days of no rain to drain it and get everything dried out and packed away again. Nothing to see on the fruit trees. We did get an actual crop of stone fruits, both nectarines and peaches. We got 16 nectarines and 31 peaches. I think we have some pictures of those, and hopefully have some pictures of some other things. But boy, the bark on this guy does not look good. That looks moldy, and that branch right there looks pretty dead. So hopefully that wasn't the first and last harvest from the nectarine tree. So but oh yeah, there's also what you call it, impatiens right over there that are blooming nicely. Oh, look at this nose. He says, hey, you didn't let me come out with you. I'm coming back in, boy. It's okay. I'm coming back in. I'm gonna try to close this gate. And oh, this ornamental grass that Vanina planted is also starting to bloom nicely. That's gonna look nice in a couple of weeks when those uh, plumes of seeds or flowers or whatever they are start coming out prominently. Frankie's sniffing around where what is mostly mint, except for a few stray weeds we have going on there. And Cassie is walking around. She's not really prancing today, but she does look like she's, not under stress or anything. So, what is that? That is, I think, gonna do it for, oops, that should be up there like that maybe, and maybe focus properly. So that's gonna do it for Marvin Gardens September 2023 with Tropical Storm Olivia barreling up the coast, as I mentioned before. It's a nice nice night out. Almost tripped over Frankie as he ran across my feet. And we are just hours away from the beginning of fall and the fall equinox, or the autumnal equinox if you use the proper terminology. And that's going to do it. There's nothing more else to show you. So we'll say welcome to fall, and hope you guys had a great summer, and hope your fall starts off just as great. So everything is really cranking down here in the garden, and it will continue to do so next month, but October we'll still be getting some stuff coming in. Now she's prancing around a little bit, although she's prancing around in circles, but she likes what's going on, as does Frankie. And I didn't mention it, but what follows, of course, is another trail cam from August 15th to September 15th. So that's going to do it. Marvin Gardens, September 2023. We'll talk to you all later. Bye.